It's still good for all ages.
Hmm.
In this day and age, you have always stayed true to that. Has that been important for you, Sly?
Yeah, it has. It takes a little bit of wherewithal and discipline not to go a little too far, or go into the vulgarity or this and that, and just keep it down the line and follow the characters as simply and as economically as possible.
Now, I was kidding around afterwards. I said that's the most action I have seen, man, in a boxing match recently. And to me, I've been a boxing guy,
Right.
and it seems like okay, Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. Mayweather ran around, but still, it was highest for pay per view.
Yes.
Do you think that boxing can still make a comeback, Sly?
It's the same as with in all sports. I mean, sports is very similar. It's entertainment. You need the stars. If you can come up with a couple of stars, and usually it starts at the top. Now we've gone through this revelation of welterweights and middleweights, but I think you still need the big man. If we can get up there and really focus on the presentation, I think a lot of the shows themselves are quite dull. Right out of if you're beyond Madison Square Garden or Vegas, it's pretty haphazard and it's just there's no sense of gladiatorial aspect and pageantry. If we can get that sizzle going like UFC,
Yeah.
it'll be back. But there's a lot that has to be done in the way promoting these, make these guys like we tried to do with the Contender, give them a face and a personality, bring them out, show them as more than just men that pound, that they're family people. Some of them have a sense of humor, some of them have dreams and aspirations, some of them have fears. In other words, they're you. They have the same feelings as you. But, if you bring them out of the dark with fists, gloves on, and you don't know anything about them, you're kind of dispassionate. The reason you watch Mayweather is as much as it may run contrary to his belief, people wanted to see him beat.
Right.
That's why. It wasn't because he was beloved. He goes, when is somebody going to knock that battery off his shoulder, that chip off his shoulder, which is great showmanship. Great. I mean, it's not denigrating, but he figured it out. You either, from Gorgeous George in wrestling, you need the good guy and the bad guy, period.
And last but not least, it was so realistic, man, the fight scenes.
Yeah.
By having true fighters in there.
Yeah.
And I know you've always done that with your movies. And, we're from Tampa. Antonio Tarver used him. You've always wanted to do that.
I tried. Sometimes it gets too real, like when I auditioned Joe Frazier, and he gave me 4 stitches, and I think I was in there for about 8 seconds. I was like, nah, this is not going to work. Ernie Shavers hit me so hard, I thought I had an out-of-body experience. So sometimes you go, Ken Norton was the original Apollo Creed. And he decided he wanted to do the ABC Superstar competition, thank God. And he said, you really want to ride a bike? And yeah, okay, I'll compete in canoe races. But Carl Weathers came in, who would be an amazing fighter. He literally was a genius in the way he moved in his body. Dolph Lundgren was a world champion kickboxer, but also knew how to throw hands. Michael B. Jordan learned something after a year of taking a lot of pounding, and Tony Bellew is no joke. Believe me, he can really crack. And Mike was on the receiving end of it. So to make it authentic, you have to get tagged a little bit. There were some scenes in the gym when he was fighting these other sparring partners. It got out of hand. And Mike was he was fighting for his life. He was there. And he wasn't backing off. So he was walking the walk.